those jelly babies. Hi guys, and welcome to the RetroWrestling.com items of the week. Now, if you're new to our website or social media pages, you won't have heard of this promotion. Basically, back in August 2019, we started a weekly or fortnightly promotion to advertise and list a vintage or rare set of memorabilia that we think somebody out there would like to own. Usually one-off stuff, but yeah, this started in August 2019. That was when lockdown was just a TNA pay-per-view name, let alone something we'd need to do. And as mentioned, this is incredibly our 45th lot. So first and foremost, guys, thank you for supporting, and we really appreciate it. And this week's lot, I know it's been quite a while since I filmed a video, but I felt that these items actually deserved a little bit of background information, especially those. You want to stay tuned until the end to hear about the soft toys. But for now, let's start with item number one. So item number one is a WWF house show program from 1992. Prior to SummerSlam, which of course was from Wembley in London. This is volume number 204 and is in fabulous condition. Now, if you don't know anything about these programs, they were not available to purchase online because there was no internet, and they weren't available to pick up in supermarkets or in stores. They were only available to get at the show itself. So just flicking through, I'll show you the back page first. It's got a cracking picture of Kamala, Kim Chi and Harvey Whippleman. As mentioned, the programme was released prior to the big bash at Wembley, and this publication was released just before that, because obviously you can see there the big news that we have this month is SummerSlam will originate live from Wembley Stadium in London. So yeah, a pretty big announcement. I know there's a lot of SummerSlam merch out there that was available at the show itself, but having something pre is pretty cool, especially at the start price we've got it at, which is quite reasonable considering what these go for. This still has its original merchandise catalogue. Everybody knows I love the merch catalogues. Also has the original double-sided posters of Kamala and the Legion of Doom there. I'll just show the side of the Kamala poster. So yeah, really collectible items, and sad to say that LOD, Hawk and Animal are no longer with us, because that would have made an awesome piece to get signed, but just to collect these catalogues in itself is something of a challenge. So good luck to the high bidder, and that is item number one. Item number two is a UK exclusive World Wrestling Federation poster book featuring 8 deluxe posters. Now, this was only available in the UK, and it was produced by Grand Dreams Limited of London. So certainly not available anywhere else in the world. Would make a great collector's item for somebody out there, because the posters in here are absolutely stunning. I love them. This poster book is, how many years? 30 years old, of course. 1991 it was released, making it 30 years old. Usually you see these in far worse, let's say, warped condition, because they're usually kept in the loft or somewhere damp or somewhere as such. So to see this in this kind of condition is pretty unusual. It really is. And all the posters are still intact. I'm actually going to flick through them so you can see each one. They measure 11 inches wide by 17 inches high, and I'm sure there's some superstars in here in case you guys ever want to try and collect autographs, or even remove the posters, or whatever you want to do, or just keep it as it is. But that's my favourite poster of the lot, Marty and Sean there. But yeah, a UK exclusive 30-year-old poster book measuring 11 inches wide by 17 inches high. Item number 3, folks. This one is something that's made its way back to our company after 6 years after the original signing. One of our regular customers purchased from the signing in 2015 and has recently traded this back in for 2 Elite action figures. We were involved in a private signing with Luke and Bray Wyatt back in 2015. We've covered up the promoter's face there, but that's a picture from the actual day the signing took place. It's a WWE Photofile. It comes in a plastic top-loader presentation frame. It's an original Photofile and has been hand-signed in blue Sharpie pen. Something somebody would like to add to their collection, and unfortunately is one of the rarer autographs to have these days. A sad heartbreaking story. Now folks, item number 4. If you're anything like me and enjoy collectibles, then you will love this story. I certainly did when I researched about what these are, because I've never come across them before. I've been a fan of wrestling since I was maybe 10 years old, so that's a long time. That's 32 years of being a fan, and in all that time I've never come across these, never seen them, and believe me, when I was young, around this time, I would have known that these existed. So what I can tell you is that back in the day, in the early 90s, 1990-91, that the WWF and WCW were involved in a series of promotional shows with Japanese companies over in Japan. One of the shows featured the Legion of Doom taking on Japanese talent, and other stars such as Earthquake, Hulk Hogan, Macho Man, I think Ultimate Warrior was over. And due to the popularity of the American stars, a company in Japan decided to produce a range of these soft toys. They measure about 8 inches in height, and the company in question were called Rollertron. A Japanese company, as mentioned. Both have got the tags, original tags there. So what Rollertron did was produce prizes for arcade machines, and you know those big claws that you see where you can win a soft toy in arcades, you know, the big glass cubes. These were prizes to be won in those machines. So as you guys know, it's so difficult to win something in those competitions. The claw usually comes down and doesn't win anything. On this occasion, somebody won an animal and a hawk. Now that is pretty good going, and yeah, they were never available to purchase in stores or anything like that. There were arcade exclusives, and here we are 30 years later, and they're not in Japan anymore. Keeping up our association with Japanese signings and collectibles, they are on our table here for somebody to bid on. We do have some more of these as well that we'll auction off as item of the week over the coming weeks. But what I can tell you about Hawk and Animal, sorry, let's put them in right order there, Hawk and Animal, is that they were from the Series 2 range. These were actually variants. The original Series 2 range had their WCW attire where their shoulder pads were black and different makeup, but the variant range is more of the WWF look of the red shoulder pads and makeup. So yeah, this is the even harder to find range, the variant range. So Somebody out there is going to love adding these to their collections. And as mentioned, we will have a few more over the coming weeks. And lucky for you, all you have to do is click bid. You don't have to put money into a giant claw to grab them. This can be as easy as bidding. So that concludes this week's items of the week, folks. I hope you enjoyed the video and the background information on these items. Very Legion of Doom themed this week, which isn't a bad thing. Good luck everybody if you decide to bid, and thank you for tuning in.